everybody, this is Calxiyn here. So today we are basically going to do a schedule update, I guess, because RWBY Volume 6 is obviously coming. It is starting tomorrow, so it is probably best for us to establish, hey, what's going on? And if you guys obviously are interested in some of the, like, I guess the scheduling stuff, like when stuff on YouTube, when stuff on Patreon, you guys can become patrons over on Patreon. We're also going to talk about some other stuff, but I'll save that for after. So basically every year, Hunter and I sort of do well, I guess last year it was, or a couple years ago it was one, now it's like 3 different types of videos, right? So we do an episode analysis, right? Last year we started doing sort of mini videos like, hey, this is our prediction for next episode, right? So you guys may have seen those. So some of our fan favorites, just like sort of random things we did are Calxiyn and Gira going to die? You know, is so-and-so gonna happen with such and such? What is Emerald's fate? Just all of this sort of stuff after an episode had aired for us to discuss further, because, like, you know, obviously, we want to keep the analysis with the analysis and the theory with the theorizing, so to say. So if you guys remember last year, we sort of did a bunch of those, like, oh, what is Jean's semblance? Is he gonna get a semblance? Oh, okay, we've seen a semblance, so what is it? So just sort of like, almost like follow-up videos, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is, Saturday, the analysis is going to go up, like, this Saturday. So the analysis will always be out on the same day that the episode comes out for first members, right? Right. After that, we'll be posting, if we have any, right, those sort of side videos. So, like, I don't know what a good example would be right now, but, like, if something happens, like, if the train crashes, we'll be like, where did Team Juniper go? Theories, right? But then I'm also gonna put spoiler in the title, so here's why. So I did this with a couple of videos from the New York City Comic-Con, and you guys were kind of confused, because you were like, Cal, why are you putting spoiler in the title? Like, obviously this is if it's about Volume 6, it's a spoiler, right? But a couple of people asked me to do that because you can blacklist the word spoiler with some Chrome plugins or whatever. So a couple of people were like, hey, Cal, I have this cool Chrome plugin that'll, like, filter out videos, so if you could put, like, spoiler in the title for us, that would be great, because then, like, you know, we wouldn't see it, and we could still, like, subscribe and whatever for your other videos. So I would recommend that if you guys want to do that, but basically, spoiler, like the word, will either be, like, at the beginning or at the end. I didn't see a difference, because obviously, like, for the plugin, like, it's going to register the word anyway, regardless of where it is in the title, if that makes sense. But a couple of you guys were like, oh, Cal, maybe you should put it before, right? Just so people that don't have the plugin can see the word spoiler and then, like, get out of Dodge. A couple of you guys also asked me to put spoiler in the thumbnail, but if the rest of the title's in the thumbnail, like, I didn't see how that would help, but, like, whatever, if you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. And, like, you guys know my opinion on spoilers already, okay? Like, back when we sort of started doing RWBY videos, like, I was like, I do not give a fuck, right? And I still don't, but since you guys asked, like, it's something easy that I can sort of do, but I'm not gonna change my schedule, which a couple people were like, why are you posting this? Wait till the episode's public. And I'm like, I'm a first member, and I'm gonna use my first membership, right? Like, I paid for the privilege, I'm gonna post whatever I want. So that's what's gonna happen. So analysis on Saturday, so tomorrow, if you're watching this on Friday, right? Throughout the week, other videos, and then the day that the video becomes public, the day that the episode becomes public, we're gonna post our reaction. And I'm also gonna try to do something where we combine our reaction and analysis into one video, just for people that sort of want to watch everything at once. Or a lot of this happened last year where people were like, oh, Cal, you missed this, but I was just like, no, we talked about it in our analysis, just not our reaction. Even though the analysis was a week earlier, for some reason people, like, still thought, like, I guess it's because the reaction was uploaded later, but at the same time, I'm like, no. Like, whatever you're saying that we missed, we've covered it in the analysis, which was up a week ago, and so I got kind of annoyed. But if somebody watches the reaction and then the analysis, obviously that wouldn't happen. So I want to test out doing that. So that's basically our schedule. So again, for example, this week, tomorrow, analysis, right? Throughout the week, RWBY videos. Then next Saturday, you know, like, reaction plus analysis, and then the analysis for the one that's up for first member. So, lots of stuff going on. A couple of you guys are probably curious about our reactions. We're still doing reactions, but because, like, RWBY season is really hard on Hunter, I'm basically gonna do some by myself. So if you guys saw, I did the poll, Full Metal Alchemist is winning, right? We still have some Attack on Titan ones. So basically, during the week, right? Say we have 7 RWBY videos to upload during the week. Great. Or whatever. 5. Right? So one RWBY video will be, say, in the morning, and then a reaction will be in the afternoon. So we're not just ignoring the reactions for those of you that may be concerned. We're not. Don't worry about it. And we're also not ignoring, say, the My Hero Academia shipping, or, you know, like, the miraculous stuff. Like, it just may come out, it may just take a while for us to get our bearings, basically. Because I know, like, you know, My Hero Academia is over now. So, like, I want to do shipping, and I want to do character analysis. Obviously, Hunter has to be there, so I don't want to put too much pressure on him. So it's basically, like, I have reactions saved up. We're sort of just gonna take it by, you know, take it day by day sort of thing. And so, like, if Hunter's like, I'm great, let's do some My Hero Academia, because we can, like, save the My Hero Academia shipping, and theoretically, if we did like 8 of them, we'd have like 2 months worth if we just did one a week, right? So we're not gonna ignore, I guess, the stuff that we've already been doing just because it's RWBY, but also RWBY takes priority, just because obviously, like I've said, Hunter and I are not, you know, we're full-time students. It's the middle of midterms. If you guys can see right now, I look like shit. That's why. There's some other reasons. We're gonna get to that later, right? So I'd love to be able to do the max capacity of everything that I want to, but like, basically, we don't have the funding. That's what I'm telling. Like, we don't have the funding. We don't have the will to live. Like, if I was able to pay Hunter, he could quit his job and just work here. Like, right? Like, he could work for me instead. But he has to go to work and then come here. And so it's like, I feel bad for him. But obviously, we like doing it together. It's obviously for fun, right? It's the way that we hang out and, like, hang out with each other. That may be sad. I don't know. You know what I mean? But if you guys wanted us to do as much content as I imagine some of you guys want, like, you know, that's what the Patreon's there for. Like, at a certain point, I'd be able to pay Hunter even if I couldn't necessarily pay myself, and that means we could put out more content, which means that I could make more money, through the YouTube ads. You know what I mean? That's how I would kind of split it up, is like, okay, like, if I had, like, $1,000 on Patreon, Hunter, that's your salary for the month. I'm pretty sure that's, like, around what he makes at work anyway, so, like, we're not, like, you know what I mean? We're not, like, ripping off Hunter. And then I would be like, okay, well, I can make the money off the YouTube ads now, if the YouTube ads give me money. But anyway, so that's one thing. The other thing I want to talk about in this video, this is gonna get a little serious, so I'm sorry, but if you guys have noticed, I'm not doing very well. Like, some of you guys that have seen me on Twitter, you guys are probably like, wow, Cal is losing her mind, you know what I mean? Like, basically, I don't want to get into it too much because it's a personal sort of thing, but for the past 3 weeks, I've basically had, like, the most horrific nightmares that you can imagine, just basically 3 times a night, or 4 times a night. Like, I'll have 3 or 4 different ones a night, and so I haven't necessarily been sleeping very well, or properly, right? And, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain this, but having nightmares makes you exhausted, and not sleeping makes you exhausted. And being exhausted and not being able to do things you enjoy, like playing video games because you're too tired to, like, live your life, makes you upset. So basically, I just, like, I go to school, I cry on the train, I go to class, or I should say, I head to school, I cry on the train, I go to class, I cry on the train, you know, coming back, I am home, I'm a zombie, and then I go to bed, I have nightmares all night, I wake up and I scream or I cry, and then we kind of do the whole thing over again. So if you guys are like, wow, Cal doesn't seem like she's in a right mind right now, I'm not. That's why, right? And it's easy to laugh about it now, right? Because, like, I'm, like, here and I'm talking to you guys and it's like, haha, like, Cal's so crazy, like, it's okay. But no, like, it's an actual serious sort of problem. I'm just trying to make light of it because I don't want this to be a super depressing, like, channel update video where I'm like, yeah, guys, like, you know? You know, and it's easy to laugh about it just because, like, adults are not supposed to have nightmares. I don't know if you guys know this, but adult nightmares is, like, an actual, like, it's a medical condition. Like, you're not supposed to, you're supposed to. You're supposed to basically grow out of nightmares after, like, when you're a child, right? Because children have nightmares all the time and that's normal, right? But when you get to an adult, if you're having nightmares, it basically means that something's wrong with you, right? And I don't mean, like, once in a while, right? We all have nightmares, it's fine. But, like, if you have them a lot, like, you're not really supposed to as an adult if you, like, look it up and do some research about it. So yeah, that's why I'm like, because a lot of people are like, wow, like, come on, Cal, like, you're getting, like, crippled by nightmares, but you're not supposed to have them when you're my age, or older, or whatever, and to have them 3 times a night, because my nightmares are not, like, ghosts, or, like, I don't know what nightmares people have, like, being stuck in an elevator. No, like, my nightmares are, like, I'm on my way to school, and somebody starts, like, shooting up Union Station. Like, those are my nightmares, guys, right? So I'm not having a fun time in here, is what I'm saying, right? But I think that the gist of it is, for me, is that RWBY is something that will give me sort of direction and will give me purpose, and even if I'm tired and exhausted, the adrenaline from a new episode coming out will keep me awake, and so that's why I'm really glad RWBY has started, because that's basically what I've been doing for, like, the past, like, 3 weeks that this has been happening. I've sort of been holding out hope for RWBY to get done, like, RWBY to start, because I know that'll give me the added adrenaline and the added motivation and, like, you know, make my mood a bit better, just, you know, from, like, to sort of escape the suffering from the nightmares, right? And, like, you know, it's also that if Hunter and I do videos together, obviously he's coming over, and that's some interaction. Like, the worst thing that you can do is isolate yourself, and I went to the doctor today, in case anybody's like, Cal, are you alright? Like, you know, I went to the doctor today. She basically said that she suggested that I do psychotherapy, just because if you are having nightmares, like, there's some underlying sort of stress and that they can sort of help with that. But she basically said that it'll cost less if I do it at school, just because the school tends to cover stuff like this, like, for their students. Like, my school has a health center, like, they basically have a doctor's office in the school. It's kind of weird, right? So I'm gonna make an appointment. She also asked for my blood, which I'm not too happy about, but, like, that's life, you know what I mean? Like, they want your blood work, they always want every time I go to the doctor, they're like, okay, let's do a blood test, and I'm like, like, no. This is also why I haven't been streaming, by the way. I do not have it in me to stream anything, right? Anything serious, right? Amity Arena, I have Stardew Valley on my phone because somebody said that it's supposed to be relaxing, right? Like, all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna, like, maybe I'll do, like, just because it's a very casual stream, right? But, like, poor Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Tui, they've just been abandoned because of my nightmares, right? But yeah, that's just how it's going. That's just the way it is right now. But again, I think that RWBY will make me feel better. It won't take the nightmares away, but it'll at least keep me awake, keep me active, keep me, you know, socializing, right? All of the things that, you know, can, like, help, like, with, being, or, I guess, prevent depression. Like, I don't want to say that it's preventative, but while I was at the doctor, she was like, yeah, basically the worst thing you can do is start isolating yourself, so don't do that, because I was explaining, right? I'm too exhausted to hang out with my friends, I'm too exhausted to do my schoolwork, I'm a zombie, right? And she said that's the worst thing that you can do is sort of isolate, yourself, and, like, she's just like, okay, let's nip this before it gets any worse, right? So basically, I'm not okay, but we're working on it. We're gonna get me all fixed up. We're gonna go to the doctor. I probably should have had, like, some therapy and some counseling, like, years ago, so we're a little late. But, you know, everything will be okay. And if you guys are ever struggling with anything, like, obviously the YouTube comment section is not the best place to, like, interact with me or whatever, but, like, y'all can, like, shoot me a DM on Twitter, and I'll try to give you my best advice. Some people have done that. I'm not very good at it. That's why I don't, like, try to advertise that, just because I'm like, if I don't have the will to live, how can I encourage anyone, you know what I mean? But, you know, if y'all need someone to talk to, I'm here. That's all that I'm saying, right? And yeah, I'm looking forward to RWBY. It's gonna be a great day tomorrow. You guys are gonna see a much better looking, excited Cal. So, I will see you all later. Thanks for hearing me out, guys. And, yeah, bye. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, I encourage you guys to become patrons over on Patreon. Patrons get a lot of different rewards, ranging from early access to all of our videos up to a week in advance. $10 patrons actually get them sometimes weeks in advance, or even like a month in advance. It depends on how much we record for. But also, all of our patrons get access to our Discord server, which is really cool if you guys want to talk to us in a more direct way. I obviously hang out a lot there. And there are just a bunch of other rewards that you guys can check out on Patreon. You guys can sort of see for yourself, and if you want to support us, you want to help us out, you want to see more videos like this and want to help keep us going, you guys would really help us out. So yeah, I hope that you guys will consider becoming patrons, and I hope that all of our patrons enjoy seeing their lovely names at the end of the screen, because we couldn't do this without them. So I will see you guys later. Bye.